day. Because it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling? Now, in this video, I am going to talk about why Smokey was the real villain in Friday. Yep, a lot of people don't talk about this, but that's why I'm y'all's girl, okay? That's why y'all come to me for all the tea, all the information. That's why y'all here, okay? So, y'all, we got to keep it real. Let's talk about the movie Friday real quick, because we got to. Because everybody keeps calling Debo the villain. And yeah, he was like the neighborhood bully. But if we're being real, Smokey was the one who actually like caused the most chaos in Craig's life. In my opinion, in that day, let's just break it down, okay? Craig woke up that morning just trying to live his life, okay? He didn't even do nothing wrong. Like, he was just living, but he found out he got fired for something he didn't do, stealing boxes on his day off. And that alone, like, kind of set the whole day off wrong, in my opinion. But even after that, he was trying to start, just living right. It seemed like he was trying to be peaceful. He wasn't trying to start no trouble, And here comes Smokey. Craig didn't smoke, right? But Smokey convinced him to hit the weed anyway. And that's like just crazy to me, right? But that's when, everything started going crazy. Everything kind of started spiraling, right? Now, what Craig didn't know was that Smokey wasn't even supposed to be smoking that weed, He was supposed to sell it for Big Worm. And Smokey blew through the whole stash and didn't even, make a dime, right? So now Big Worm, who don't play about his goddamn money. Remember what he said? Playing with my money is like playing with my emotions, okay?
My money. Craig got fired yesterday. The fuck that got to do with me? Craig, we was talking about all our problems, right? And you know how we do it. We started getting high, nigga. We got fucked up. Nigga, I'm gonna be here 10 o'clock on the dot. If you ain't got my money or my bud, I'm killing you and him. You gonna kill him? You kill him. I just told him we was smoking, man. And we was just chilling. And you was smoking. I smoked half a little piece of joint with you. Man, that fool ain't gonna do nothing. What'd he say? Alright, man, he said we don't pay him by 10 o'clock. He gonna bust the cap in both our ass, nigga. We need to pay him, man. Crazy, man. Let's stick together. I can't believe you got me in the mix with this fool. Oh, man, put that joint to your lip and make you smoke it. Might as well. Come on, Craig, man. Stimulate your mind, man. It's Friday. Gonna get you high. Why you bringing up old shit?
He puts a hit out. Not just on Smokey, but on both of them. Why? Because Craig was with him. Come on now, that's crazy. You got your boy in trouble because he's just hanging with you. And Craig wasn't even in the streets like that. That's the crazy part. But now, he's caught up in the situation. Like just that could have got him killed, all because Smokey didn't handle his business, okay?
What? I ain't got no sugar.
And let's not forget, Smokey is out here clowning all day, dragging Craig along for everything. Drama, like even the drama with Felicia, he dragged Craig in that. The drama with Felicia, drama with Big Worm, drama with the weed, Craig tried to stay out of it, but Smokey, he kept on dragging him in it. He just could not get away from it. And that was his boy, And then, we get into the Deebo of it all. Like, yes, Deebo was, aggressive. He was intimidating. But Craig didn't even want to fight him, He only stepped in because Deebo hit Debbie, right? The girl, remember Debbie? Nia Long character, the girl that Craig liked. Yeah, that fight wasn't even just about ego or like proving a point. Nothing. Craig stood up because it was the right thing to do.
When we originally wrote it, me and Pooh were gonna play Craig and Smokey. Pooh ended up playing Red.
What's up, Red?
DJ Pooh was a writer and a producer, and he and Cube were friends.
Give it up, Red.
Come on, Debo, stall him out.
Why you tripping, Debo?
Line wouldn't sign off on Pooh. It was like, the role was a little too big just to take a chance on that. You guys gotta find somebody that we sign off on.
He could have kept walking, but he didn't, right? But again, why was Craig even outside at that point? Why was his whole day so out of control? And that's because of Smokey. Smokey pulled him into like his world and, pulled him into all this drama that Craig didn't sign up for. So while Debo was definitely a big problem, Smokey was the one who ruined Craig's day. Like from the moment he like just woke up that day. Just the moment he walked up with the weed, he was malicious, but I think that his bad choices, his carelessness, his lack of accountability made Craig's life way harder than it needed to be. If Smokey, like, in my opinion, had handled his business, Craig wouldn't have been, ducking bullets, fighting bullies, or stressing over, drug money. Smokey is the reason Craig had the worst day on that Friday. You can't tell me no otherwise. Like, that was your boy. You could have looked out for him. You could have had his back, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Child. Smokey was just wilding. You know what I'm saying? Smokey was over here meeting girls at the Craig's crib. Remember the girl that looked like Janet Jackson, but she looked like Freddie Jackson? Pulled up. Why is you meeting girls? You live right across the street. Let them come to your crib. Remember, his mom was like, who's that one? She's like, that's Craig's new little, you know what I'm saying? She's like, that's a big one. Remember, you meeting girls at your boy's house, all of that. Just messy, child, messy as hell. And then, remember when the girl with the long hair, I forgot her name, man, with the long hair, the hoochie mama, you know what I'm saying? When she came, was like, where Craig at? He inside with Debbie. You couldn't have gave him an excuse. You had that girl come up in the house and all of that. Smokey just wanted trouble the whole time. Smokey was messy, just the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. And you looking at Mrs. Parker and all. Well, hey, okay, Smokey ain't wrong for that. All the guys was looking at Miss Parker. Hey, Miss Parker, with her wearing them short jeans. But honestly, if you ask me, Smokey was the problem in the whole day. Okay, the real villain, if you asking me, just ask me, y'all. Who the villain, Mo? Who the villain? Smokey. Causing all that havoc through that day, child. Walking to the store with Ezel. You know what I'm saying? Ezel. You know what I'm saying? Is Smokey back here taking a Why is you pooping back there, Smokey? What's going on? Why is you behind the bushes and pooping? You live right across the street. That's like bad part about it. You could have walked up. And I know what you guys are going to say, like, oh, he knocked on his mom's door and nobody picked up. But the same way he's been, like, bothering and irritating Craig the entire movie, he could have been asked Craig or asked somebody else to go up in their house to use the bathroom. The backyard was not an option, in my opinion.
I need to borrow your car right quick. What kind of shit is that? Most people want to borrow sugar. They even ketchup. You want to borrow my car? Hell no.
Walked up and went to the bathroom. But you didn't do that. I don't know, y'all. If y'all asking me, I'm going to tell y'all right now, okay? Smokey was the villain. But I love you guys to pieces. Bye.
It's cool. I'm like the outspoken one. Like one of your friends is always just clowning and don't think before you speak. That's how Smokey is. He just say stuff and think about it later, And he gets in a lot of trouble. He got in some trouble with some guys in the neighborhood in South Central. He owed them some money. And I got Craig mixed up with it because he got fired. So it was just on Friday because I found out he got fired. So I'm like, I got my best friend home all day because I don't never work. So I'm like, oh, I'm finna get into some stuff. So they start looking for us and stuff, and man, it's a lot of fun. It's about a neighborhood with different characters and stuff that goes on Friday. It's called Fridays. It just tells you everything that goes on Fridays. Like, when you wake up, what happened till nightfall. So this is like a lot of comedy and a lot of action. It's just on till in the morning. And I'm smoking, and the character finds out that Craig, who has a job, got fired. So I'm all excited. Because I got him the whole day. So it's like I want him to do all the evil stuff I do. Sit around, smoke, talk about people, clown. So he's at home, so I'm happy. Oh, he don't play. He'll play. Because I'm like, wow, I'm taking Craig to another level. Because Craig, he's like the good. He works and he does the right stuff. And I don't know where my father is. I'm playing that role. But it's like cool. I'm cool. He likes me. But he don't like me. So it's like he don't want Craig hanging around me. But he don't want me in the house and stuff. You growing up, you had a friend, your daddy. Don't have that Wilson boy over here. Because he be stealing. It's like, in the neighborhood, the kids, you get in a fight, get beat up, always somebody to come over you. They don't ask you need some help. Like, man, God, you got your butt kicked. Man, he knocked you out. Like you don't know what happened. You was right there. You the one got knocked out. He telling you how you got knocked out. So I was just trying to bring that to the stream and let people see this is what goes on in the neighborhood every day. In the good side of South Central, it's not all what they see on the news. It's some funny stuff that goes, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of love to go through the hood. So they'll definitely see that.